at the beginning of a new world order?
Well, it's definitely, I think, a new world order. I think the president has sought to it. There's a new world order in trade. There's a new world order in globalization and the way that we invest in our economy versus, foreign supply chains. There's a new world order and that the president is willing to shake up some old alliance structures. I mean, NATO.
I believe the progress that we have made in the partnership sets us up well for the new world order.
The start of the New World Order isn't coming, it's already here.
If you haven't been keeping up with the news, the phrase New World Order has literally been used by the Vice President of the United States and also in the World Economic Forum. Christians are freaking out, and in this video I'm going to explain why very quickly for you, and hopefully you can also begin to see why this should be a time for you to pick up the Bible if you haven't, because according to the Bible, you don't have much time left. Let's jump in. Let me introduce you to Revelation 13. All right, the book of Revelation, TLDR, it's the last book in the Bible if you've never read it, and most people avoid it because it's really prophetic, it's apocalyptic, whatever. Christians know it's actually good news because it means Jesus is coming back, we're in the end times, and we're going to be reunited with hopefully what the Bible describes as our bridegroom. Revelation 13 depicts a beast coming out of the sea. This is very, very strange language, except we know that this refers to an empire because the book of Daniel in the Old Testament uses the exact same language, and it referred to the Babylonian Empire, the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire, the Persian Empire, and it talked about all of these things before they happened, and it predicted literally everything that happened down to Alexander the Great conquering extremely quickly, and then the Greek Empire getting split into 4 parts, the Roman Empire being stronger than the Greek Empire and conquering it and lasting much longer, as well as the empire at the time, the Babylonian Empire. It was going to fall very, very quickly, which is exactly how history played out. So Revelation 13 talks about this beast coming out of the sea, and it's depicted as having the characteristics of a leopard, meaning it's going to conquer the world extremely quickly. The Greek Empire conquered the world in 10 years or less, and the book of Daniel referred to it as having leopard-like qualities, so we know that this final empire is going to conquer the world in 10 years or less. It's going to be strong as a bear, so it's going to ostensibly conquer the world extremely quickly with full authority, and it's going to dominate the planet, being like a lion. The dragon, meaning Satan according to Christian theology, is going to give him his power, so Satan is literally going to give control to this empire and allow it to conquer the entire earth. The entire world is going to wander after this empire and follow it, partially because they're afraid of what happens if they don't follow it. They're going to lose their jobs, they're going to lose ability to provide income to their family, and they're going to be afraid of being ostracized from society. This empire is eventually going to completely attack Christianity. And before you say that's a myth, look at what's happening in Nigeria, where we've got over 100,000 Christians murdered since 2000, and Christianity is already being called conspiracy, even though if it is true and it's the capital letter truth like Jesus told us it is, then we're already in that time period. This empire is eventually going to usher in a world financial system where no one is going to be able to buy or sell without having a mark of the beast, which sounds kind of crazy, except Microsoft literally has a patent, and if you guys haven't heard the news with Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Gates, just go look at that. It's kind of ridiculous that this guy got implicated in all that and how he was trafficking children and supposedly sacrificing children to this false god. This is all out there right now. As of the last couple weeks, you might have heard of the Epstein files, but Bill Gates is all over it. Microsoft has a patent ending in 060606. This is public record, where it is essentially trying to establish some sort of cryptocurrency system. You're going to be marked via some sort of system that rewards you based off your bodily activity, and it's going to give you financial dollars. That all sounds like conspiracy, except Sam Altman literally has a second company called World. Go Google Sam Altman World. It is a company where essentially he is trying to establish universally inclusive finance, where he is going to replace everybody's jobs at some point and usher in some sort of global financial system. And then of course we've got to talk about the fact that this is not just a standalone thing. So a new world order, in other words, is the reason Christians are freaking out, because it's one of the biggest signs that the end of the planet is about to occur. We also have an Omega sign in the Euphrates River. This was what it looked like before. This is what it looked like after. And Revelation 16:12 literally says that the Euphrates River will dry up in the end times, and God calls himself all the time the Alpha and the Omega in the book of Revelation, if you don't know. Then we've got to talk about the fact that the Antichrist is going to lead this final empire, and we've got to talk about the fact that Sam Altman's full name is 6 letters, 6 letters, 6 letters, and that's straight out of Revelation 13:18. If you look at Revelation 13:18, 13. I might be in the King James Version, but essentially it says that the name of the Antichrist will be 666, and it's the number of a man. I've got a full theory about Sam Altman on my channel. I would suggest you all go watch it because there are 20 plus coincidences that I outline where it perfectly fits him as the description of the Antichrist. The final empire, according to the book of Daniel, will be part iron, part clay, and Revelation 17:13 says these have one mind. I've talked about this a lot, but Sam Altman has very clearly said what he's going to do is he's going to merge AI with humans, because once AI gets out of the lab, once that lightning gets let out of the bottle, you're not going to be able to put it back in. AI at some point is going to hold a gun to humanity's head, and he's saying the only solution that is logical is we're going to merge to where AI gets access to our bodies, and he's going to merge the two together just like the Bible tells us. And this is not sci-fi, this is literally already out there. Elon Musk already has a Neuralink. You might have heard about this, but this is a chip that goes inside your brain that he's programming, and he's already set up 21 people to have some sort of hive mind where they're able to talk to each other. So this all sounds like conspiracy, except this is actually what the Bible is saying is gonna happen. And I'd like to direct your attention to the top left here, where it says that according to ChatGPT and Grok, I've asked them both, every single prediction in the Bible has come true except those relating to end times. It has not gotten a single prediction wrong. Some of these predictions did not happen in the way that we thought they would, using the literal language of the Bible, but we also crucified Jesus because we didn't understand the Messiah even when he was walking on earth. So when it says there's a 100% accuracy across 2,000 predictions, that's something we really have to take seriously. Then we've also got to talk about how another sign of the end times is when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction will come upon them. There is literally a board of peace right now where they're trying to usher in global peace. This is not sci-fi. This is actually the world we live in, where they are trying to create some sort of global peace order, and this is straight out of the Bible as well. Then you've also got to consider that the book of Daniel says knowledge shall be increased in the time of the end, and that is exactly what artificial intelligence is doing. Is it's a giant snowball that's increasing the knowledge we get, and it's only a matter of time before it just completely outthinks and outsmarts us. And if you go watch on YouTube, or if you're willing to believe a stranger, which is me, it says in Acts 2:17 that in the last days God will pour out his spirit upon all flesh. I had a near-death experience 6 or 7 months ago, which caused me to be born again. And if you go to YouTube and type in rapture dream or near-death testimonies, there are people by the hundreds coming out and saying they've U-turned their life, they've had visions, prophecies, near-death experiences, and this is also being fulfilled.
And he said, you tell them I am coming. He said, there is no more reason for man to deny my existence.
He looked at me, and all of a sudden, I saw the Lord in the spirit on a horse. He descended out of the sun.
Go tell the world I'm coming soon.
He said, my church should be living as though this is the 2-minute warning.
And he is at the door.
His prophecies are being fulfilled. Jesus is coming sooner than what you think.
I have a dream that the sky is falling, and I can vividly see.
He hands me an hourglass that has just a few grains of sand left in it. He was going to be coming back very soon.
So this is why Christians are freaking out. It's something that I really would encourage. It's not conspiracy to somebody like me because I believe in the Bible and I've got a near-death experience to know that hell is real. So if you've never read the Bible in the entirety and you think that this is all made up, you're literally judging something that you haven't even read. If you go evaluate the evidence and you figure out that, hey, when there's 25,000 manuscripts written about Jesus, but only 10 to 12 about Julius Caesar, who is also very notorious, you have to ask yourself, why did 25,000 manuscripts get written about a poor Jew that had a supernatural event? It doesn't make sense unless he actually came back to life. There were 500 eyewitnesses at a single event and probably over 1,000 that we don't know about that weren't able to get recorded. If it happened, and the Bible, which has gotten 2,000 predictions correct, everything that it talks about in the end times is unfolding, and New World Order is glaring red sirens for any Christian that does believe in the Bible And even if you don't believe in the Bible, I would encourage you all to go pick it up and read it. There is no other time than now to read it, because according to the Bible, you really only have a handful of years left at best before the entire world gets shaken up, and you're not going to be able to read it anymore because they're going to persecute Christians and you're going to be afraid to. Now is the time to read the Bible and figure out whether or not this stuff is true. And I'm telling you guys, the writing is on the wall if you have an open heart to seek the truth instead of seeking your own worldview and your own happiness. The Bible tells you if you miss the bus, the door will be shut, and that's going to be that. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Bye.